Hey guys, Bob here from Raw Strength and Muscle, and we are going to continue Liver Week. And today we're going to continue it by talking about whether or not it's even possible for a celebrity to admit that he is using hormone replacement, much less PED levels of gear. Okay? I know so many people are honest about the fact that they just want to know the truth. There are so many people out there that are like, listen, I know you're on gear. Just fucking stop lying. Just please fucking admit it. I have no problem with it. Just please stop fucking lying. And I guarantee you that these people would be 100% forgiving if somebody were to out himself as a fake natty. I mean, seriously, I know a lot of these people would be like, listen, thank you for being honest. Like, you still have to put the work in, you still have to diet hard, it still takes time, it still takes good genetics, but thank you for being fucking honest, okay? I guarantee you that there are a lot of people out there like that. But the fact of the matter is, the way the world works, like mass population, group think, okay, is what determines like the destiny of anybody who is in the public eye, okay? I'm going to tell you, I'm old, I'm 48. I remember back in the 80s, nobody was on gear. Nobody was on gear. The IFBB pros, Mr. Olympia, Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman, none of those guys were on gear. It was just train hard, eat right, and take these supplements that are being sold in Flex magazine. And that's exactly how it worked. Like, listen, you've got a contract with Flex magazine, with Muscle and Fitness, okay, with Joe Weider. Like, you do photo shoots for them, okay, you compete in their competitions, you don't compete anywhere else, and you say, hey, guess what, I use this supplement, and that's how I got so jacked, okay? And that's the way things work. If one of those guys were to go ahead and be like, yeah, I train hard, I eat right, I take these protein powders, and also I do Clen, Tren, amphetamines. I use all kinds of things to lose water, to kind of lean down. I have to take Coke because I'm fucking training so hard in a diet, and I'm dieting so hard to get fucking negative 0% body fat for this competition that I need to do Coke just to keep my fucking mind straight so I can function at all on these low calories. Like, if somebody were to do that, they would be completely fucking blackballed from the IFBB, which is the pinnacle of bodybuilding, like the highest competition in bodybuilding. They would be blackballed from there. They would lose their fucking contract, which means they wouldn't be sponsored anymore, which means they would lose money. They would just be completely fucking broke. They would completely destroy their careers. Okay, so they couldn't do it. Okay, these days, after Rich Piana came out, who didn't compete and had nothing to lose, when he started doing his social media recently, he admitted, he's like, hey, guess what? Like, I'm on gear. Everybody's on gear. That's just the way it is. Okay, so he made it okay from the social level for people to go ahead and admit they're on gear. But people are also not being sponsored anymore. They're not dependent upon like a supplement company or a magazine to sponsor them. So if somebody's posting videos to YouTube or posting videos to Instagram, he doesn't necessarily care if the IFBB is pissed off at him because he doesn't compete anyway. He doesn't care if Flex Magazine is pissed off because he's not being sponsored by Flex Magazine or Joe Weider, fitness supplements. So he doesn't care. But back then they used to have to, okay? And that's basically the way it is now with Hollywood. I mean, if Chris Hemsworth were to be like, bro, when I want to play fucking Thor, I trained hard and I ate. But you know what? I also went to a clinic and they hooked me up. They got my thyroid perfect. They got my vitamins, my micronutrients perfect. They helped me with my sleep. And they also fucking gave me some testosterone. They gave me some growth hormone. It's legal. I'm healthier now than I was before. Maybe your thyroid's a little bit fucked up. They fixed your thyroid for you. You're legitimately, legally, medically, okay, prescribed this shit, and you are healthier than you were before when you had suboptimal levels of testosterone, growth hormone, insulin-like growth factor, whatever, okay? So at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with it, but the fact remains that you are being sponsored by Hollywood. You can't just go ahead and admit that you did something like this, because then people are going to be like, oh yeah, everybody who works for fucking Disney is on fucking gear and they're fucking all drug addicts and the only reason they're in shape is because they do this, okay? So you cannot do that. And it's not just a matter of like woke ass Disney. Okay, like Disney owns Marvel, which makes the Marvel movies, or Hollywood would blackball you if you admitted that you were using gear. The facts of the matter is, just like the general population would lynch you. They'd grab their, pitchforks and they grab their torches and they go ahead and they come out in mobs and they would lynch you. Because if Chris Hemsworth came out and he was like, yeah, I used gear or I used, hormone replacement or whatever to play Thor, people would come up and be like, you're a fucking cheater, you're a fucking drug addict, you're a fucking liar, you're a fucking piece of shit. Fucking The Rock is bigger than you and he's fucking natural. He says he's natural. I believe him. He says he's natural. Why do you have to cheat? This guy's bigger than you. Why do you have to fucking cheat? Because you're a fucking loser and you're a fucking drug addict and you're a cheater and you're looking for a shortcut. Because what happens if the fucking Rock doesn't admit it? Obviously he's on fucking gear. He's getting bigger and bigger, leaner and leaner, and better shape as he gets older. Like, there's no way that somebody could be that big and that lean at all, much less getting better as you age. There's no fucking way. The humans weren't meant to be like 300 pounds of negative 0% body fat at any age. I don't care how good your genetics are. So the bottom line is, like, we know he's fucking lying, but if he doesn't admit it, people would believe him and they'd be like, Chris Hemsworth, you're a piece of shit for admitting you're on gear when the fucking Rock is fucking 100% natural because he said he is and I believe him. Because people are fucking idiots. But maybe if every person in Hollywood who's on gear would jump up at the same time, man, woman, child, whatever, and be like, listen, we all go to the same clinic, we all go to the same doctor, we all do the same shit. It's legal, there's no problem. Or even if it's illegal, whatever, the bottom line is if they all admitted it would be okay. But the fact of the matter is what's going to happen is if one person admitted it, he would be completely fucking blackballed. And then all the other actors would be like, man, I ain't doing that shit. Chris Hemsworth admits he used fucking gear to get in shape for fucking Thor. And he's fucking, I don't even know if he's alive anymore. If he just sucked him up in a fucking UFO and shot him off into space or something, he disappeared fucking immediately. That guy can't get a fucking job in a fucking B-level fucking porn movie in fucking goddamn some third world country. Fucking like, there's no way that fucking anybody else would fucking admit it. So like I said, it's not fucking so easy. So what it's really coming down to at the end of the day is like, how easy is it for somebody to go ahead and do that? Like I said, social media, if all you do is social media and own your own company, like Larry Wheels, okay, he does a social media, he owns his own company, he competes in like untested shows. So there's nothing wrong with him admitting he's on gear. Like as soon as like I started training, whatever, getting back in shape when I was 40, when I was 43, I noticed some shit wasn't right. It wasn't really working the way it used to. I wouldn't get lean on my diets. I wouldn't get strong on my bulking diets. Had my shit tested, 300 testosterone, a level from 300 to 1100. And I admitted it from the very beginning. I made a video. I'm like, hey, I'm on TRT. That was the name of the video. I'm on TRT. Boom. Okay. But like I said, we're talking about social media people. We're talking about private people that nobody cares about. Like I said, back in the day, you couldn't, if you were sponsored by a magazine or by a supplement company, you couldn't admit you were on gear. Even if you were a professional bodybuilder, everybody knew you were lying. These days, you can't exactly do the same thing. So, like I said, that's my question. That's like my question, okay, for you people. What do you think? The whole liver king paradox, like, he lied and suddenly he's a piece of shit. And should he have been honest from the beginning? Like, all these questions are coming down. Like, is it even possible for somebody in mainstream media to admit that he's using hormone replacement, much less PED levels of gear? Go ahead and comment down below. I'm kind of curious about what you guys think about it. But do you expect this ever to be okay? It used to be that like drinking was okay, then alcohol was illegal during Prohibition, then alcohol was okay again. And then all of a sudden marijuana was illegal, but marijuana is illegal now. And I don't know, it's like opium and cocaine used to be legal, but I think, was it Oregon, where like all kinds of drugs are illegal now? And I don't even know what's going on anymore. What it really comes down to is what public opinion is, because public opinion is what shapes, not just corporate stuff like woke ass Disney and woke ass Marvel, but it actually shapes things like, laws. If everybody thinks it's bad to drink, boom, prohibition. If everybody thinks prohibition's bullshit, boom, fucking it's okay to goddamn drink again. Suddenly marijuana is legal again. Who the fuck would have thought that would have happened? So like I said, maybe at some point it will be okay to admit that you're on gear or that you're at least on hormone replacement, but the time hasn't come yet, I don't think. Okay, and like I said, I don't really have anything against these people, especially the people, like I said, the celebrities who are not admitting that they're on gear, because I think that's really, really, really putting them in a tough position. Like, why don't you go ahead and destroy your career and make yourself one of the most hated people in the world while The Rock is lying his ass off and he's like, yeah, man, I don't think that fucking Chris Hemsworth is a piece of shit. I would never use steroids. He's a fucking piece of shit for fucking a cheater for using steroids. You should be like me and not use steroids. Can't put people in that position, man. Just fucking can't. Anyway, Like I said, go ahead and let me know what you guys think down below. Go ahead to Raw Strength and Muscle if you want to check out my workout, my nutrition program, my group coaching, my one-on-one coaching. Whether you're on HRT or not, okay, still works because eating clean and training hard definitely always works, whether you're enhanced or not. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.